this year was so much fun, but it definitely came with some.
The dome of the California Capitol building lit up dramatically here at our broadcast location in Sacramento. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
De'Aaron Fox talked about his mentality on the court. You put the ball in.
A little intimidation factor, DA. Thanks. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Ayton.
And guys, I think he's starting to feel the wear and tear of the season a little bit. That comes across in his rebounding numbers. They've dropped off this month. He needs that second win, and no doubt he'll get it soon.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Bridges, and it's Ayton in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Sacramento, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Rashawn Holmes out there with Nemanja Bjelica, and it's Barnes in at the small 4. And what just drops your jaw, Chris, with Fox is just how quick he gets up and down the floor.
Yeah, he's an absolute bullet once he gets out in transition. A good amount of his points come from just beating everyone else down the floor when he pushes the tempo.
Here's Bridges, and the rejection by Holmes. Here's Fox. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Both teams dealing with injuries in this one tonight, Chris. Talk about what that does to a team's rotation.
Well, it shortens the rotation, definitely, but I always believe that injuries help teams in the long run if you get the injured player back. So as long as you get that injured player back before the playoffs and time to build chemistry, what does it do? It gives guys an opportunity that weren't going to get that playing time to get that playing time, and now it helps deepen that rotation the longer the season goes along. So it can also turn into a blessing. That curse can, but you got to have everyone focused and honed in to make sure that happens.
I'm sure. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Lays it up off the glass. Fox has got 6.
Oh, and look at the strength of Fox. Amazing how he maintains control despite getting roughed up a little bit.
For Phoenix, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Booker draws the double. Pass to Bridges. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And Bridges no good on that one.
Well, when you think about the Kings, you know they are going to let it fly. The team is loaded up on players deadly from outside. They've adapted and embraced the long ball there.
For 3, Booker, rebounded by Holmes. Kings have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Fast break, here come the Suns. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here.
It almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And here is Fox. He's coming off a 28-point game against New Orleans.
So many of his points came at the line. The D was trying to play him physically. And he just said, yeah, bring it.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
And Ayton throws it down. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, it's Fox with the drive.
Few players in the NBA have the burst that Fox does. He's so explosive when attacking the rim.
Rubio dishes to Ayton. Here's Booker. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. And the shooting with this Kings team last season, Chris, a major strength, as you said.
Yeah, and their whole offense has benefited from it, Kevin. I mean, they were 4th in the league in three-pointers last year. Finding points won't be a problem for the Kings going forward.
Rubio in the corner. A miss that time would have put him up. Kings have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Barnes, and it's Barnes on the follow.
Oh, man, coaches love seeing that. Barnes grinding on the offensive glass, turning a missed opportunity into points.
The Suns trailing. Rubio outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. First trip to the line for him here.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings.
You know, for all the talk about Rubio's passing, I think one thing that gets overlooked is his defense. Both his on the ball and defensive rebounding are very strong for the point guard position.
For Phoenix, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark.
Well, Kevin, he's a better athlete than some give him credit for. Saric is capable of finishing off these alley-oops.
And it's Giles missing.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke miss.
Carter. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Hield. And no good. The Suns go the other way with it. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Yeah, and they can't afford a repeat of that. They need a lot more minutes out of their core group tonight.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Sacramento again missing.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Rubio left side. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, and Greg, they've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and that helps account for their lead.
And so it's Phoenix. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Kent Bazemore is out there with Jabari Parker. And it's Len in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Bazemore misses. So for Phoenix, their last game a loss to the Trailblazers.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
You got to be locked in on the road. I mean, when there's no cohesiveness on defense, you're in danger.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit, probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the dunk by Parker.
Rising up with no hesitation. When Parker goes up strong like this, you better get out of the way.
Here's Carter. He trains the quick shot. Carter's got his first 2 points.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
The pass to Hield. The tray. That shot missing. Good work defensively by Carter.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right.
I thought that one was going to go down. Mid-range jumpers. Oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the deep playing soft like that.
You know what, Chris? Speed at any position is so vital. Who are the fastest big guys in the game right now that you admire and just can't believe how they go baseline to baseline?
The first one that comes to mind is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's a Greek freak, but he's a freak of nature in basketball. His speed, his length, his athletic ability. You love seeing him. And I say a close second, Anthony Davis. And don't forget about Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, a lot of guys that love running the floor and put that pressure on the defense every time by getting out.
Here's Fox. It's hauled in by the Suns. They've led by as much as 10. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip.
Oh, good interior offense. Those passes have to be right on target.
Heel kicks to Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
This is Fox at his very best. He's so hard to stop when he's attacking with force.
Booker looking around. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Bridges shot. Good.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Evolving right before our eyes. When Fox puts it all together, so fun to watch.
Kaminsky, the pass to Jerome. Bridges dishes to Ayton. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Jabari Parker.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs. And when you watch DeAndre Ayton, you really are just floored by how he moves. The amount of speed and agility he has for a player as solid as Ayton is doesn't come around very often.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Giles checked in for Len. Bielitsa comes in for Jabari Parker. And it's Bogdanovic in for Heel. And those physical attributes of Ayton are so imposing. Greg, who does he remind you of?
I mean, for current players, you see a bit of Embiid and how they both move so fluidly for 7-footers. From the past, I see a bit of David Robinson in his game.
And so Fox will bring it up for Sacramento. They trail by 9 points.
I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his second foul. He's got to play it a little safer.
The Kings have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6.
At the line for 2.
Free throw good, Bogdanovic.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And so Bogdanovic nails both of them. Greg, for the Phoenix Suns, with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
Wow. Bogdanovic, a slasher who drives with force. I mean, he's good at making defenders nervous when he penetrates.
And so Bogdanovic nails both of them. There's 53 seconds left in the first half. On the wing, Booker. In the corner, it's Bridges. Off target from outside. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Fox, no good. Suns leading by 5. Kicks it out to Rubio. Fox with the steal. And it's Bogdanovic off the drive. The shot, no good. Good D by Johnson. Phoenix has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Bridges shot, good.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Oh, and he parks it off the glass. Wow. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Phoenix Suns heading to the bench with a 7-point.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. Out in front at the half is Phoenix. They have a nice 7-point lead. And over to... And...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. It's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? Keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Ayton. And it's Bridges in at the three. And the dunk by Booker.
And you got to be cautious around Ayton. When the pass isn't precise, he has an ability to poke it away.
Here's Fox. Holmes down low. He's covered by Ayton. The wide open look here for Fox. Cans the shot from the wing. Fox has got 4 points in the quarter.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work. They couldn't have asked for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
And it's Fox with the jam.
How do you not love Fox? I mean, he's a crafty point guard who possesses some real power.
Pass to Johnson. Three-pointer. Bogdanovich grabs the miss.
Well, that's their first miss after hitting 3 in a row to start the half. I mean, I guess it had to happen sometime.
A pass to Fox. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Jabari Parker's checked in for Bielitsa. Ken Bazemore comes in for Barnes. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Corey Joseph subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. Here's Holmes. The shot comes out. Suns leading by 8. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Bridges.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
From 7. Holmes can't get it to go in.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn it.
And the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Kings. On Sunday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And for that matchup against the Rockets, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Holmes finds Bazemore. A new 14 for the Kings. A second chance effort. It's tipped.
And despite the short wingspan for a big man, Kaminsky with the height and timing to steal block shots.
And the shot goes in. And now a 12-point Suns lead. Chris, more and more we're seeing star players give their sneakers to fans at the end of games. Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah, man. Especially when I was with Dollar, I would give a pair of shoes away after every game.
Oh, great.
I really love doing it on the road. At home is really cool, but on the road it's great because that's where you know that fan braved all those other fans and the elements to wear your jersey and to be the only one there. So you look for that kid. I used to look for the kid with the number 4 Weber jersey and be like, hey, kid, I know what you went through to wear that tonight. You make sure you go home with these bragging rights. Tell them these are fresh from the game when we beat your team, baby.
Yeah, that's a neat way to connect.
Yeah.
And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That is his first foul of the game. Lenz checked in for the Kings. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Suns. Sharch comes in for Mikal Bridges. We've got 1:28 left in the third. Got that one up quick. And that's now 9 points for Devin Booker.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Passes it to Bazemore. Over Sharch. And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Bazemore.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
Yeah, the defender just couldn't quite close the gap all the way and got burned for it.
The Suns shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And the technical free throw is good.
Hey, Chris, there's a lot to like for this Kings franchise right now. Fans have got to be excited about their future.
Yeah, and credit my man Vladi in the front office for rebuilding. They got lots of great young talent, and they kept their picks. The team should be a big factor in the West in the coming years.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Harry Giles is checked in for Parker. Bielitsa comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Fox in for Corey Joseph. Giles hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Giles has got his first basket.
No basket feels better than a putback. Love getting rewarded for grinding it out on the glass.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. And some changes here for the Kings. Barnes, he's checked in for Len. And it's Bogdanovich in for Buddy Hield. The Suns shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. And so he hits the technical free throw. And it's the Suns with the ball. Carter kicks to Booker. Back to Carter. 5 on the clock. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got his 4th assist in this one.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Carter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Carter's got 6 in the quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here. Trying to give the opposition no life at the end of the time.
The Kings haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And guys, I've heard that Fox honed a lot of his basketball skills by playing NBA 2K. What up, Fox? Well, check it out. He learned the art of the pick and roll off ball screens, and he says that he's just about unbeatable at that game, too. Hey, Fox, I got you, baby. We can play anytime you want to.
And so it's the Phoenix Suns looking at a 13. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Harrison Barnes. And it's Giles in at the center. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Out to Saric. That's tipped, and they get it back. Here's Ayton. That shot, no good. Ready by Bogdanovich.
He's done a lot of the little things to help put them in front. I mean, but his offense has not been there for him tonight. Well, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Fox against Rubio. Kicks to Ayton. Charge in the corner. Sacramento grabs the miss. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And they've been enjoying this long homestand. That will be game 4 of 5 in a row at home. Phoenix leading by 11. Kicks it out to Rubio. Here's Booker. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got 5 rebounds tonight. And there's Fox. That's good on the assist from Bogdanovich. Fox has got it back down to single digits for the Kings. So it's Rubio bringing it up for Phoenix. They have yet to put up any points here in the 4th. To the right side. Saric passes to Booker. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Baines, and it's blocked. A chance here to get a quick injury report. And now let's send it over to David Aldridge for an update on Alex Len. David.
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for the Kings. He's got an injury to his elbow, specifically his elbow joint, and it looks like it's a pinched nerve. If he were to miss time right now, it would really hurt this team, especially during the latter stages of the season. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Hopefully everything works out for him. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for the Kings. Buddy Hield comes in for Bogan Bogdanovic. Mikal Bridges checked in for the Suns. Free throw drops for Ayton.
And you see the raw talent Ayton has. An intimidating big man with a high ceiling and a desire to grow.
The pass to Bielitsa. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Bielitsa's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Booker in the post. Holmes on him, and that one's good. Ayton.
Just terrific at executing in the paint. Ayton has a nice array of shots to choose from.
To the middle, and the dunk by Bielitsa.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
Suns leading by 7. Pass to Booker. Booker draws the double. And Rubio kicks to Saric. Over to the left wing. Here's Bridges. It's hauled in by the Kings. Bielitsa's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Fox. Sinks that one from the post. Now just a 5-point Phoenix lead.
So calm and collected in the big spots. Fox, he relishes being the guy to take huge shots for his team.
Here's Booker. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, it's the attack mindset. I mean, that helps him prevail right there. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut.
Kent Bazemore is checked in for Barnes. Outside, Fox. And Bazemore kicks to Hield. 1:10 left in the game. And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Bazemore.
Oh, no doubt that Buddy Hield can shoot with the best of. But it's encouraging watching him share the wealth as well.
It's going by Hield. Got it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Wow, what a play by Hield. Wow, just embracing the chance to take the big shot right there.
Ayton up top. And the call is going to be... Yes, it is. An illegal screen.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possessions. I mean, turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
Rubio against Fox. To the wing on the left. And the call on the shot. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, here's what Monty Williams went over with his team during the timeout. And he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Rubio looking it over to win it. Oh, it's off the mark. And we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. So Sacramento will get the first possession. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Setting the floor for the Suns, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Andre Ayton out there with Johnson. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. Johnson, the pass to Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Ayton. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Fox. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Fox.
Yeah, with no defensive pressure at all, you've got to be able to make that exchange.
Here's Rubio. He kicks to Ayton. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Fox, and the layup's good off the glass. Fox has got the lead up to 4 now for Sacramento.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Yeah, Greg, there's no panic in them. I mean, staring at a big deficit, they still kept their poise and went to work.
Johnson right side, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Kings leading now by 4. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Fox kicks to Hield. Pass to Barnes. Back to Hield. No good there. And Phoenix the other way now. It's deflected. Takes the 3. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Suns trail by 4. Oh, Ayton in position. It's stolen by Hield. And now the Kings fast break. There's the lob to the hoop. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here.
Oh, I mean, what a time to turn it over. I mean, if this game doesn't go their way, we're going to look back on that.
From deep. And it's Ayton with the rebound. The Suns shooting so far very efficient. All around, about 55%. Bridges misses.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later. But we've seen this before from Fox, his ability to score in tight spots. I mean, it's simply incredible.
And Phoenix turns it over again.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
Over in the corner, Barnes. Offline with his 3.
No time to waste on this possession.
Yeah, they got to get into the play fast and execute. It's your only hope.
He is a great kid. I'd love to see this from Ayton, stepping up in the big moment, letting his talent take over.
And it's Ayton with the rebound.
Give it up for the D. No fear. You risk getting posterized. You know what, though? You still take them away.
And it's Fox with the ball for Sacramento. Shot from the top of the key. The putback. That's the good.
And that's a huge basket by Bielitsa. He's proving how clutch he is in these moments.
So it's Sacramento picking up the win. They escape with a victory. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20 and first looks at what.
That's a great look at our location tonight. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Saric.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul, and it's Dort in at the small forward. And for Phoenix, Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Bridges, and it's Ayton in at the 5, roaming the paint. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Brent, at this point, perennial contenders sometimes coast to the final games of the regular season. Any danger that they can't hit that right button or flip the switch and get back into gear?
When you hear analysts say that the playoffs are all about matchups, they are exactly right. You and I talked about this, Kevin, several years ago about the time. Going into the playoffs, teams don't have to be hot. You don't have to be 10-2 in the last 12 games for your playoffs, because all of a sudden, if you're matched up against a team that's owned you all year long, your chances of winning that series are very, very slim. So it becomes just let's get in and let's find out who we're playing, and then we'll get to work.
Here's Adams, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
Well, a combination of muscle and some focus right there allows Steven Adams to collect another bucket.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, and it's Johnson with the jam.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. Now, here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Booker looking around. Gallinari against Johnson. Back to Booker. And it's going to be a goaltending call here. And here we go. Coach's challenge on that goaltending call. Now, the coach didn't think the call was correct.
And with this type of goaltending review process, one thing to keep in mind is that the rule states, quote, in order to overturn the event as called on the floor, there must be clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect.
And so, Greg, if via replay there is any level of ambiguity, it makes sense that the original ruling would stay. But in that event, the coach has used up his one and only coach's challenge for the game. So, as you can tell, a lot riding on when you choose to use it. And so the decision is in. NBA Replay Center has ruled, guys. The call stands on the goaltend.
And maybe the only downside is that you use up your one coach's challenge for the game. So if anything happens beyond this point, you might wish you had that back. Smart not to take any chances and give it another look on the replay. That's such a valuable safety net for the officials to have.
Yeah, you might ask for help down there. You got to push Steven Adams out of the paint, and you can't give him good looks like that.
Gallinari with the steal. To the wing right side. Pass to Dort. Shot clock at 6. Adams against Johnson. The fadeaway. Adams' shot is off.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
And Devin Booker, where would the Suns' offense be without him?
Probably bottom of the league if no Devin Booker slides on that Suns jersey. One of the purest shooters in the league and one of the most phenomenal young scorers that's come along maybe since Kevin Durant. Well, every shot in his arsenal, Devin Booker, is pretty impressive. He can shoot it from deep. He moves well without the basketball. He can create with others. He is a young offensive force and is an interesting player to watch in terms of what develops next.
Now here's Schroeder. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Utah.
Yeah, but all around offensively, the performance was great. He knew when he had it going, but he also knew he could get other guys going. So his passing right up there on the level with his scoring in that one.
Booker outside. There's the triple. And it's Noel with the rebound. And Brent, with Booker, the ball handling and creativity he has puts him among the elite guards in the league.
And you wonder if Phoenix can find a way to get some more talent around Devin Booker. What happens when all of the attention is not on him? He's already proven he's a great scorer. Where else can he go?
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
It's stolen by Schroeder. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
44 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Jerome passes to Baines. And again, it's the Suns missing. For the Phoenix Suns, they come into this one following a loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. Here's Noel. Passes it to Ferguson. Noel controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Carter outside. Now here's Booker. Not a lot of room. The baseline J off the mark. Here's Diallo, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add two ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. 13. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
On the attack, right from the tip, they've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Ferguson out there with Mike Muscala. And there's Nerlens Noel. Then there's Andre Robertson. And it's Schroeder in at the point. A 15-footer. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Carter.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
The drive by Schroeder. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and two shots coming up. Greg last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a six-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Here's Jerome. The 9-footer's on the mark. Jerome's got his first points in this one.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Here's Noel. Misses in close.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Sharch finds Kaminsky. A floater. That one, no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with a win.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Yeah, without the scoring they got from that second unit, that is not a game they would have won. They needed every one of those points that they got off the bench.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Alinari comes in for Muscala. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Carter outside. Bridges kicks to Carter. And it's off from three-point range. The Thunder leading by 13. Pass to Robertson. Takes a three. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Robertson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Rubio against Paul. Rubio, the pass to Bridges, and it's blocked.
Iverson out there to play defense. He excels at getting off the ground so quickly to get the block.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
Just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. We know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball.
Paul's shot is off. Suns trail by 16. Rubio outside. Now, here's Bridges. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Carter kicks to Bridges. 5 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. The feed to Paul. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Paul's got his second bucket.
Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Now, here's Bridges. He's guarded closer, and he converts the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Ball against Rubio. Out to Gallinari. Unloads from 13. And the shot is long.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And Phoenix with another turnover here. We're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, and then another, really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Johnson in the corner. 30 seconds left to play here in the half. Paul against Rubio. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. It's deflected, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here's Schroeder. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. And there it is for him. Schroeder's got 6.
And even though Schroeder might be on the light end of things when it comes to his weight, he remains relentless driving towards the basket.
Here's Baines. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Thunder lead by 18. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following half.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They are in control of this game, up by. And
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. One guy who's been getting it done is Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, there is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Setting the floor for the Suns, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Johnson. And it's Ayton in at the center, locking down the middle. Booker dishes to Bridges. Back to Booker. Banked in off the glass. He has 6. Player development, not just a coach's job, Brent, something you're active in right now. And, there are some players who are playing great, who are terrific mentors and teachers on teams.
There's no doubt about it that there are guys. I think about first what Vince Carter has provided to the teams he's been around in the past couple seasons. Zach Randolph, to some degree, was doing that as he moved from Memphis to Sacramento. But there are guys who are still players and that are on the floor contributing and doing big things like Chris Paul and Mike Conley that are such huge attributes to an organization when they start to introduce the changeover in their roster or the next phase of their team. You've got to give a lot of kudos and appreciate the fact that players who've been that great for that long accept and willingly accept, Kevin, the role of teaching young guys and paying it forward.
The role players that have been like Calderon and Haslam, who have not been stars, but have been important parts of their organization.
Also, tremendous examples of what it means to be a professional day in and day out. If your responsibilities aren't as great as the top 4 or 5 players, there's still things you can do to make your team better on a daily basis. Those are 2 great names, Jeff.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Ferguson's checked in. Phoenix on defense. Down by 15. Here's Paul. Adams trying to free himself up. Lays it up and banks it in. And that's now 8 points for Chris Paul. And Rubio kicks to Booker. Bridges passes to Ayton. To the paint. Here's Booker. Drops in the layup for 2. Booker's got 8 points.
Well, great start. Check that box. They've made their first 4 shots, guys, and the offense looking very fluid right now.
A nice shot by Gallinari.
Gallinari gathers his rhythm. He simply rises up and nails the interior shot.
Rubio the pass to Booker. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Kaminsky is checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Charge comes in for Bridges, and it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. It's stolen by Carter. Fast break, here come the Suns. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward-thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
The great assessment. Good report. Thank you so much. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Back to Saric. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Carter on the wing. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the third. Just 4 to shoot. And the shot goes down.
And I tell you what, they're doing their best to cut down the lead with some smart offense here in the second half. Shot selection much improved since the break.
Schroeder against Carter. Here's Ferguson. Back to Muscala from the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Muscala's got 5.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
No good from Booker. Oklahoma City leading by 18. Diallo, no good.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Schroeder kicks to Muscala. Ferguson for 3. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Thunder lead by 18.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Carter for 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder holding a big 18-point lead to close. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
He's done a great job moving the ball.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Taking a look at the Thunder, Andre Robertson out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Mike Muscala. Then there's Nerlens Noel. And it's Dort in at the 3 slot. And there's the pass to Jerome. Shoots over Schroeder. Jerome, no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And Dort gets it to go.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Out to the wing. Here's Bridges. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. That's 10 points for Mikal Bridges.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Pass to Noel. Here's Dort. Back to Noel. And here's Robertson. Takes a shot at the elbow. Noel passes to Muscala. Schroeder outside. Noel trying to break loose. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Mike Muscala. That is his first foul of the game.
Now there's some confidence there from Dennis Schroeder, showing great improvement behind the arc.
And the Thunder making a change here. Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Alinari comes in for Mike Muscala. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Robertson. And it's Paul in for Dennis Schroeder. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Passes to Dort from past the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Now, here's Bridges. Tight defense on him. Back to Rubio. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that in high school. They play that in the colleges. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. Johnson, he's checked in for Phoenix. Ayton kicks to Booker. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, if Ayton continues to play with that kind of effort, possession by possession, he's a real tough cover.
Pass to Paul. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. No good that time. They double team Johnson. Down low. It's tipped. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Gallinari left side. Here's Dort. Covered by Rubio. Paul for 3. Second chance shot. Here's Adams. Johnson with the block. And the pass to Dort. 6 to shoot. And another shot. The rebound by Johnson.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that. Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Thunder.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
Oh, Ayton in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
The consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Paul dishes to Gallinari. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Thunder lead by 20.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Inside. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. And the Thunder another three.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Pass to Nader. Here's Robertson. It counts.
Robertson becoming more valuable when he...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Welcome to this special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Fox.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. And it's Holmes in at the 5 spot. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the small forward. And so it's the Thunder getting on the board first. The wide open look here for Fox. It's hauled in by Adams.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
That's tipped, and it's the Thunder with the ball. Gallinari passes to Dort. Out to Gallinari. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Kings. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far this game has come. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack, and where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And Gallinari kicks to Paul. And De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Paul, and De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's already this guy's second foul now. He's either going to have to sit or play a bit more conservatively.
Joseph, he's checked in for Sacramento.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
To the inside. Here's Bogdanovich. Will it go?
Well, it can't get worse than this. 0 for 4 to start.
And it's Paul penetrating. Makes it off the glass.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Kings have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. And Joseph kicks to Bielitsa. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Late in the season, Doris, and some teams now are not going to be in the postseason. They're out of the playoffs and are giving more time. You talked about this earlier, giving more time to their young players to develop.
Well, there is nothing more beneficial to a young player than real-time NBA experience. So when you're out of the playoffs, those young guys start to get more and more minutes. They'll give those young guys more and more responsibility on the offensive and defensive end. And there's no greater teacher than giving NBA reps to guys who you think can be a key part of your future.
So fun for us as fans and people that cover the league to get a glimpse of the future. What these teams want these individual players to be like. Now, here's Joseph. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. For 3, Bielitsa with the bucket. Bielitsa's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Pass to Hield. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
I'll tell you, terrific read from Corey Joseph. He recognizes the overcommitment of the defense and takes advantage.
Schroeder. Oklahoma City the rebound. Adams finds Gallinari. Adams with it. 6 on the shot clock. Tries again in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. Noel passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And the Thunder with some changes. Mike Muscala is checked in for Adams. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Gallinari. And Diallo subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Then for the Kings, Alex Lenz checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Harry Giles comes in for Bielitsa. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Harrison Barnes.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Ferguson kicks to Noel. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Muscala misses. The Kings trail by 4. Here's Hield. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. And here's Diallo. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Passes it to Muscala. from deep three-point range, and still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Thunder out in front, leading by just 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment.
Tougher position in the NBA night in.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City? And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Schroeder against Fox. Back to Schroeder. Clock at 6. Inside. Here's Noel. Rejected by Len.
And Kev, you see the agility of Alex Len in good position for the spot.
And the rejection by Noel. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Robertson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul comes in for Dennis Schroeder. And then for Sacramento, Parker comes in for Harry Giles. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Heel. Ferguson, the pass to Noel. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. Here's Bazemore. Parker outside. Here's Fox. Connects on the open J. Fox has got the lead up to 4 now for the Kings.
Well, the defense committed to Parker, so he beats them with a pass. Beautifully done. Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one. You know, obviously, it's been a tough go for Jabari Parker out of the gates in his career. He had to handle a couple of injuries early, but this is a former number 2 overall pick. And what we know unequivocally is this guy can put the ball in the basket. Can he find the right situation where he can flourish?
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Parker trying to free himself up. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
And for Parker, who has had to fight back from injuries, sometimes the motivation seems to be lacking.
Well, Jabari Parker doesn't turn heads on the defensive end, and so that's part of what gets him off the floor at times. He needs to make sure that not only is he interested in scoring, but he's got to be willing to make stops as well.
Both teams will make substitutions. Under trailing by 4. Here's Dort. Finished off the break.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's Len, and the dunk by Len.
Oh, that one fires up his teammates. Len's passion leads to the monster dunk.
Paul looking around. Out to Gallinari. Fires for 3. Sacramento grabs the miss. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Kings lead by 6.
Well, for some reason, no one accounting for Barnes on the offensive glass, and that cost them.
Gallinari passes to Robertson. Back to Gallinari. He kicks it to Muscala. Pass to Robertson. Shoots from the baseline. No good on the shot. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
Yeah, some of their starters had to take an early seat on the bench, and that ruined the rhythm and flow they were trying to establish.
Barnes finds Bogdanovich. Offensive rebound, and it's Barnes on the follow.
How about that huge follow by Barnes, just stealth sneaking in there.
Al Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
He is too good a mid-range shooter to leave him that open.
Deflects the pass, and that'll do it for the first half of competitive. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. Some good moments from both teams. Thanks for joining.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Gallinari, what a contribution.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort into the small forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Free throw good, Fox. Doris, if you were going to build a team around one player, who would that player be?
Well, I think because of his age and continued growth opportunity, I would probably say Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's playing at an MVP level. He's still got another decade where he's probably in the peak range of his playing capabilities. And the reality is Giannis still has so much growing to do. He's a force at the rim. He continues to build that three-point game. And Kev, once he gets that in-between game, he will be unguardable.
Can't argue with that at all. Or as you think about the anchor of this team, Steven Adams just holds it down in the middle.
Oh, Steven Adams does so much, but it all starts on the defensive end with this guy. He takes away so much space on the interior. He is commanding on the backboards. He contests shots. Everything you could hope for, Steven Adams brings.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Outside, Fox. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 4 rebounds in this game. The lob to Gallinari. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And it's Fox with the jam.
Yeah, Fox has got great leaping ability, and he likes to get up off the ground there for the flush.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. From 13, and with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Paul. Outside, Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
And the quickness Fox has, boy, it's impressive. Just coasting to the cup with ease.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Outguarded by Fox. Adams' shot is good.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
It's Fox with the drive. Nice move. And for the Thunder, one of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Giles checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Buddy Hield comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Joseph in for Bogdanovich. Schroeder kicks to Diallo. Schroeder passes to Diallo. Back to Schroeder. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Shot clock at 2. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Schroeder. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And with the way they've been able to march right along in this season lately, I think they should be able to keep things going in this next stretch. Just come out with the same energy and discipline, and you should have some wins.
Now the pass to Ferguson. And the Thunder another three.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3, terrific play calling, everything clicking out of the gates here.
And Joseph kicks to Bielitsa. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. To the middle, here's Diallo. No good. That would have tied it.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him. Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
Out left to the wing. Ferguson, the pass to Noel. Schroeder, right side. To the left side wing. And Noel kicks to Ferguson. Pass to Schroeder. Over Bielitsa. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Boy, the strength and the activity of Steven Adams makes him a force on the backboards.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Schroeder against Joseph. Schroeder kicks to Diallo. Passes it to Adams. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
The 29th pick in 2011. Boy, Corey Joseph, what an energetic, committed defender. And the thing I love, he can guard either backcourt spot.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Mike Muscala is checked in for Noel, and it's Andre Robertson in for Ferguson. And then for Sacramento, Parker's checked in for Kent Bazemore, and it's Fox in for Corey Joseph, and it's Bielitsa with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Thunder trailing by 3.
Second team foul.
52 seconds left to play in the third. Fox against Schroeder. Robertson with it for the tie. And it's Schroeder missing.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator, and that's one reason why his team is playing well.
Here's Diallo. The Thunder with another miss.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
And the dunk by Parker.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Feeds to Muscala. Pass to Schroeder. From the line. Second shot opportunity. Here's Robertson. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's Sacramento. They lead by 7. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the fourth. Hield and Vaughn are the 2 and the 3. Parker out there with Holmes, and it's Fox in at the 1.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, Greg, you want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
Three-pointer, Hield. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 6 assists in the game.
And you've got to be up on Hield, especially when he's beyond the arc. If not, he'll burn you.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
I got to believe that's something the coach talked to them about at the halftime. They have valued each possession.
Hield from outside. Can't get it to go. He's made 4 and just missed his 4th. Dort passes to Paul. Here's Dort. Down low, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Of course, you graduated as your college's all-time assist leader. Talk about some of the key traits of a great playmaker.
I think historically speaking, when we think about great lead guards, Kevin, we talk about unselfishness, vision, patience. Who are the players that make their teammates better? Though probably the one underrated aspect of a point guard to me, Kevin, is communication. Are you constantly looking for opportunities to communicate to your teammates, make them feel good about themselves, give them confidence? That, to me, is probably the most underrated aspect of it.
And Doris, when you played, you took such great pride in each and every one of those things.
I did. I love trying to make my teammates better. It feels great to make somebody feel good.
Fox kicks to Barnes. Back to Fox. And the rejection by Noel.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. It may be his best attribute, Kevin.
Sacramento making a switch here. Bielitsa's checked in. Fox, no good.
Well, when you've been struggling as he has, you love that your teammates have really stepped up and taken the challenge.
And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Noel.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Dort, covered by Barnes. Dort misses. Kings leading now by 11. The drive by Barnes. Good on the bucket.
What a gorgeous move by Barnes. I'll tell you, you play him to just rise up and shoot, but he can also put it on the deck.
There's the pass to Dort. To the paint, and slam dunk by Noel.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Hield dishes to Fox. The shot missing. Some solid defense from Gallinari. And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. That cuts the lead to single digits. 1:27 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Fox. Hield outside. But they get it back. A pass to Fox. Shot clock at 6. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Hield can't hit. The Thunder have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. And the wide open shot from Paul connects from three-point range.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
And the Thunder making a change here. Adams checked in. Shoots from 12. Rebound by Bielitsa. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
Barnes finds Fox. In the corner, Holmes with it. This is it to Bielitsa. And he banks in the layup. And the Kings lead by 8.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
It falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. Healed against Paul. Pass to Bielitsa. On the wing, Barnes. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Yeah, spot-up shooting, one of Barnes' really strong suits offensively. This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensive.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Upper and lower body fluid. And goaltend.
The NBA 2K21 demo is here. And in the demo, you can get a head start on your My Career by jumping in and trying out the My Player Builder. To start off, you have the option to download the My NBA 2K21 mobile app to scan your face into the game. Once you're good.
That's a great look at our location tonight. The home. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Take a look at the Kings. They would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push. And checking out Phoenix, just a few spots below there.
And seeing where the Suns are, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
Oh, as we all know, talking the talk is easy, but carrying through, that's another story. The naysayers' predictions were basically on point.
Now Sacramento starting five. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Harrison Barnes is out there with Bielitz, and it's Holmes in at center. And for the Suns, Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Ayton is out there with Johnson, and it's Bridges in at the 3, the small forward. Chris, when Bielitsa is on the floor, he certainly gives this offense a different look.
Yeah, Bielitsa does a fantastic job spreading the floor and opening the lanes for the rest of the team. He doesn't have to play 30 minutes to make his impact felt out there on the floor. Just key stretches to free things up.
Fox, no good. Fox is gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Pass to Ayton. Up again. The shot misses. And the Kings going the other way now. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them. The kick out to Barnes. Pass to Bogdanovich. Oh, good on the 3.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Ayton with the rebound. For Phoenix, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Kicks it out to Booker. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Fox. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Johnson.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now here's Barnes. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
A sharpshooter from down there. Bielitsa, he knows he has the green light to take this shot whenever he wants.
Sharge checked in for Johnson. And a change for Sacramento. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. Booker against Hield. And Booker kicks to Bridges. The dish now to Ayton. Back to Bridges. Lets it fly from 18. No good off the back of the rim.
The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
Holmes passes to Barnes. Three-pointer Hield. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Suns go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
But Greg, they just appeared lost out there. I mean, it seemed like they were scrambling on the defensive end of the floor.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Bielitsa finds Fox. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Suns have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And Ayton throws it down.
I love the play call. Ayton's a well-coordinated athlete. You know he has the reach. Give him a chance to go up and get it.
Now, here's Fox. And it's Hield off the drive.
Had really for a long time the specter hanging over Buddy Hield because he's the player who was traded for DeMarcus Cousins. Hard billing to live up to, but he has made some giant leaps with his development.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Alex Lenz checked in for Rashad Holmes. Harry Giles comes in for Bielitsa. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Joseph in for Fox. And the pass to Jerome. Hield against Carter. The 11-footer. Kaminsky. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
He's so intelligent around the rim. Kaminsky found a way to own that possession.
They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Hield against Carter. 29 seconds left in the first. Bazemore dishes to Joseph. Red ball movement here by the Kings. Hield can't hit. Suns leading by 3. And stolen by Bazemore. And here we go with Giles running it up the court. Joseph, that's good.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
Pass to Kaminsky. Gets it off, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. At the end of... And Buenos noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
And no question, it's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court right now for the Kings, Joseph and Heald make up the backcourt. Giles is out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Len in at the center, locking down the middle. Hey, Chris, with Dirk retiring, who now has the best fadeaway, you think, in the game from the post position?
It's a man that stole his move. Now, he didn't need to steal it. He just added on to his game. He's a great person. He's not a thief, but he uses that one-leg kick fadeaway, and he's the same height as Dirk. Well, that's Kevin Durant, the best fadeaway in the game, period.
Towns is developing a nice one, too.
Oh, you know what? I love Towns' games inside, and what makes Towns so good is that he can fade away over the right shoulder. And you know why that makes it so tough? Because he can come over the left shoulder with a jump hook. Most guys with the best fadeaways, they have a counter that already gets you hung in on that counter, and then when you're thinking about that original move, bam, they hit you with the fadeaway.
Shot by Joseph, no good.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable.
Here's Jerome. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. That one a little long.
Oh, you hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
Bazemore finds Joseph. Heald from outside. Drills it from outside. Heald's got the lead up to 3 now for the Kings.
What timing from Hill. Love how he sizes up these opportunities as the pass is coming his way.
Here's Len. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Kings lead by 5.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Bucket is good.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Kings.
Sacramento leading by 5. Joseph looking around. That's a 2 from Heald. Good work defensively by Carter. And here's Sharge. He'll bring it up for the Suns. And though Chris is known mostly for his shooting, Buddy Heald has been improving in other areas as well.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about ball handling, playmaking. I mean, they're notably better from early in his career. He's a solid rebounder. He is definitely not a weak link on the defensive side as well.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor.
A gear-shifting player who keeps you on your heels. I mean, Fox, he's great at picking up contact.
Fox hits them both. Suns trail by 7. Out to the right wing. Barnes against Bridges, and stolen by Barnes. And here we go. Parker heading to the hoop, and the dunk by Parker.
Oh, this is what smart point guards do. Fox is adept at realizing the defense's mistakes and exploiting them.
And Ayton the bucket on the assist from Rubio. Ayton's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Barnes kicks to Fox. 5 on the clock. Stolen by Rubio. Inside, here's Booker. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And now it's only a 5-point Sacramento lead. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game. .109 left to play here in the second quarter. Suns have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. And stolen by Bogdanovich. And Bielitsa kicks to Bogdanovich. Here's Fox. Sacramento again missing.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but it hasn't been successful.
It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. There's 42 seconds left here in the second. Ayton, the pass to Johnson. Shot clock at 5.
I love the hustle from Parker there. This is the kind of defense his coaches love seeing from him.
Ayton against Fox. good. Got the English that time as it falls. Fox has got 6 points.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Here's Booker. Ball's knocked loose.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
And so it's the Sacramento Kings.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. Their largest deficit of the...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. One guy has been getting it done is Buddy Hield.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Bridges in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. For 3, Booker hits the 3-point bomb. He has 7.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Fox. He gets it in there. And the Kings lead by 8.
It's good seeing Fox work his magic down there, looking unafraid, even though he's not the biggest of guys.
Out to the right wing. Bridges passes. Oh, what a beautiful play.
Intensity. Did you see that? Great.
And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. There's the talk about lowering the minimum draft age from 19 back to 18. Guess how much of a difference does that 1 year make in a player's maturity?
It makes so much difference. I mean, you're young, you're coming into a league, you're playing against grown men. Just physically, your body hasn't been able to catch up. How do you handle the travel, being away from your family? Many times, this guy's first time being away from their families that long. So it is a maturity process. But at the same time, there's only such a few. And if you're one of the few that have the skill set and you're ready to come to this level, we should welcome you with open arms.
And the rejection by Holmes. And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. 2 points. That one goes. And now it's an 11-point Kings lead.
He's pulling out all the tricks this quarter. They can't figure out how to stop him.
Feeds to Johnson. And stolen by Bielitsa. Here's Bogdanovich. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 13 now for Sacramento. To the middle. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
And dunking the ball is just second nature to Ayton. With the right positioning, he's a threat to throw it down.
Now, here's Fox. He's got 16. To the inside. Holmes finds Bogdanovich. Here's Fox. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Such a tricky cover inside. When Fox attacks like this, the defense responds with that same type of aggression.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Lenz checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Giles comes in for Bielitsa. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Barnes. And Hield subbed in for Bogdanovich. Carter with the 3. Bazemore grabs the miss. And here are the Kings now. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. It's good.
And it looks like they left their defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
Now here's Kaminsky. Over Giles. And the basket by Kaminsky.
The sinister craftiness of Kaminsky. You think you've got him covered, but he finds a way.
Kings leading now by 13. There's the steal. Carter down low, covered by Hield. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Šarić.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
Well, I just like the all-around game Sarge possesses. I mean, it translates well this day and age. He's a big man that can do it all. Score, pass, rebound, defend. He's tough.
And the Suns making a change here. Booker's checked in. Here's Booker. 7 points in the game. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Here's Baines. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Baines has got his first 2 points of the night.
Look, when the D will give it to you, that's where you want your shots coming from. Arm's length from the bucket.
Healed outside. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for Sacramento. On Sunday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks.
And for their matchup with the Magic, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Booker against Joseph. Out that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut back down to 12 as they get that one from Devin Booker.
As hot as he's been, it still has to be him who leads the charge and helps turn his game around.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
Now here's Kaminsky, rejected by Len. Healed with it. Now guarded by Saric.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should be easy.
And he's going up for the alley-oop and finished off by Kaminsky.
And the connection Frank the Tanks has with his teammates, I mean, they trust his ability to finish the alley-oop.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And here's Booker from the arc. And the three ball is good. Booker's got 8 points in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, that's why he's hot. He's playing with a lot of confidence. That's why they're going to him with such consistency.
A big-time effort for De'Aaron Fox, providing a lot of energy for Sacramento. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, that's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Sacramento. Fox at the point with Heel to his side. They're the backcourt. Rashawn Holmes out there with Jabari Parker. And it's Bielitsa in at the 3 slot. A nice shot by Booker.
How about this turnaround? He played a fringe role in the first half. And now he's the man for them.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. That's 28 points for De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Chalk up 2 there. 16 points for Devin Booker.
And you can sense the urgency from them now. They were flat in that first half, but they've come out here in the second and been much more aggressive offensively.
Now, here's Fox. Healed from outside. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 4 assists now tonight.
But this is Hield's specialty. I mean, he's out there to shoot and shoot often downtown. But Kevin, he's a better athlete than some give him credit for. Saric is capable at finishing off these alley-oops.
And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Floats it up for Rubio, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And the dunk by Parker.
It's all about effort for Parker. I mean, when he works hard in transition, he's rewarded for it.
Rubio dishes to Booker. Overhealed. No good from Booker. Kings leading now by 12. Outside, Fox. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Kicks it out to Booker. With the shot. Shot's good by Baines. Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blaze the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court, and anyone, regardless of color, nationality, of just paving the way for me as a basketball player. I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did. Drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach, and Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, and leaving him a good team. And if you look at organizations like the Black Fives, who bring an awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally, and that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give them a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally. Sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part. Parker with the steal. One-on-one here. Oh, the lob to Parker, and the dunk by Parker.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Sacramento.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
This team has great depth, and they showed it in this game.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29. And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for De'Aaron Fox.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
DeAndre Ayton's checked in for Phoenix. Bridges comes in for Saric. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Sacramento.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Now, here's Bridges. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio.
But the D didn't do a good enough job on him. He could be an ace when he gets a good look at three.
On the wing, Barnes. Heel kicks to Bielitsa. Sacramento moving it around. 6 to shoot. Fox against Rubio. Here's Holmes. And the Kings check on 2 more.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who's the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Now here's Payne. It's taken away by Brewer. Passes it to Giles. Outside, Bogdanovich. Misses there. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in.
RPM check benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements in shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. unprecedented improvements. Shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one.
It's almost time for action here in Oklahoma City. It is the... And here's a look at some numbers for Ayton.
There's been a drop-off in the rebounding numbers. He seems to be getting out-muscled on the glass in a way we didn't see earlier in the season. His last 10 games, the totals have taken a huge hit.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Bridges in at the small forward. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. Hits it from three-point range. Brent, talk about the length of the season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy.
Here's Paul after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. A 3-ball. Dort misses.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Suns have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Rubio.
Well, Chris Paul, a terrific defender, uses his speed well right there to cover some ground.
Nails the baby hook. Paul's got his second basket of the game.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
The 3 drops in the tray. Paul's got 7.
Once Paul makes up his mind, he does not hesitate on that play and is developing his three-point game later in his career.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Here is Paul after Mikal Bridges' bucket. If it counts.
And that's an example of playing big, adapting to the situation.
Tip of the cap there. I mean, that defense was good. The finish was better.
Rubio hands it from downtown. He's got 8. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
Look at all the coaching changes that the Suns have had through the years, and some of these young players have heard a lot of voices. 7 in the last 8 years, and the team's performance has shown that kind of inconsistency with up and down seasons.
Back to Booker. 6 on the shot clock. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson.
Booker showing some speed, excelling there, and blasting right through the defense to get to the rim.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Good work there as it goes. And all the system changes have really affected the Suns scouting department.
Really difficult to fill out a roster when you've got coaching changes and philosophies that come about, and some guys simply just don't fit. So maybe they settle in here, find the right guys to do the right things, and get themselves back into the playoffs.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin. You got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
Noel's checked in for Oklahoma City. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Paul. And a change for the Suns. Sharge is checked in. The drive by Booker. Kicks it out to Rubio. Back to Booker. Jacks up a 3. It's good from long range. Booker's got his second basket of the night.
Devin Booker up there in usage rate. Usually one of the top 5 players in the NBA, and right there you can see why.
Yep, that one goes in there. And here's Saric. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Johnson in the corner. Back to Rubio. The pass to Johnson. On the wing, Booker. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. And the baseline jumper, no good. The Thunder have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. A nice shot by Gallinari.
Sweet shot from Gallo. So many ways he can hurt you.
And it's Rubio penetrating. Here's Saric. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Lays it up off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd basket of the night. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes. 6 already.
And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, we've talked so much about Gilgeous-Alexander's athleticism. This is the reason why, on display.
A big-time effort for Chris Paul, providing... There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and...
It's been a sort of long...
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Thunder 5 right now. Muscala is out there with Ferguson. Then there's Nerlens Noel. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And Diallo in at the 2-guard spot.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Suns trail by 6. Carter inside the 3-point line. Rebound by Muscala.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Now here's Schroeder. Passes it to Muscala. Had the space there, but it's offline.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Jerome, good. Here's Schroeder. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Utah.
As passing another high point in that game, he made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Now here's Schroeder. 4-point game. Diallo kicks to Muscala. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Muscala's got his second basket.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Jerome, no good.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there, Kevin. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
And it's Schroeder missing. Suns trail by 6. And you watch Dennis Schroeder, you can see how deadly Brent he can be when he's locked in.
Well, he accepted the role in Oklahoma City about coming off the bench and trying to be a spark plug for Schroeder. It's really about consistency, Kevin.
Diallo with it, now guarded by Saric. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Down low. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Carter left side. Lock at 6. And the rejection by Noel.
Noel in there to intimidate and does so there.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Andre Robertson comes in for Diallo. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. And the Suns making a change here as well. Mikal Bridges checked in for Dario Saric.
All right, a chance to see stats for Paul. Just an incredible month of basketball. He's averaging 19 points per game, 7 assists and 4 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders when he's in the game. A great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times. That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Kaminsky. It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Baines.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And Adams with the slam.
Well, this is what Steven Adams does. He finds his way into the paint for high percentage shots just like that.
Pass to Bridges. Baines dishes to Carter, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Saric.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Molinari comes in for Mike Muscala. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Ferguson. And Phoenix also making a switch. Ayton, he's checked in for Kaminsky.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And now it's an 11-point Oklahoma City lead.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Yeah, Ayton out there playing poker with the flush.
So for Phoenix, their last game a loss to the Trailblazers.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, but then another. Really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
Here's Bridges. Steven Adams making his last shot. Here's Booker. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got 5 rebounds tonight, 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Robertson. The second effort. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Adams with the make them pay mentality right here from the free throw line.
The Thunder have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Good on the second free throw.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Pass to Booker. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
From deep, Gallinari drains the three-pointer. Gallinari's got 5 points so far.
And that three ball from Gallo looks good. Just very impressive form right there.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to a competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held... And that'll do it for our...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision-making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns. Yes. I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision-making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance of making it.
On the court for the Suns, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Johnson. And it's Ayton in at the 5 down low. Schroeder against Rubio. Here's Bridges. Some solid defense from Gallinari. The Thunder leading by 17. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Oh, Ayton in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Just great hands for Ayton to time that one.
Robertson the pass to Schroeder. Puts it up from 12. And there's another one for the Thunder.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
And Ayton throws it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And so Oklahoma City again turning it over.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Booker. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. 5th in assists, 9th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And as you said, dropping dimes at a top 5 pace. He's in total command of his team. They look to him for leadership, and he does not disappoint. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. The drive by Schroeder. Here's Noel. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in. Noel's got his first points of the night.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Here's Johnson. That one doesn't drop. And the Thunder going the other way now. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Schroeder finds Muscala. Now here's Diallo. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. 5 to shoot. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And right there, Dennis Schroeder shows some confidence by nailing the jumper.
The pass to Kaminsky. Poked away. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. Let's go briefly to our rookie leaderboard. The deeper we get into the season, the more these rookies' three-point percentage seems to improve. And the Thunder with some changes. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Diallo, and Paul's subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Phoenix also making some changes. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Frank Kaminsky, and it's Carter in for Devin Booker. From deep, Johnson. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
These are the type of games for Gilgeous-Alexander where the promise of his future looks incredibly bright.
Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. That's no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still as strong as ever.
Suns trail by 20. Here's Carter. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And it's Ball with the ball for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Paul. To the middle. Muscala, the pass to Noel. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ferguson. And he comes up with the deuce. Ferguson's got his first points of the game.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Johnson in the corner. Shot from 12. And that one hits back iron.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Paul kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses the 3. Carter on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander cover. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Oklahoma City controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are... How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Andre Robertson out there with Paul, and it's Dort in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Paul. He feeds it to Adams.
Oh, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
Suns trail by 20. Now Ayton to the left wing. Saric attacking and slam dunk by Saric.
That's a good find from Ayton, understanding the defensive scheme, and he just waited for his teammate to be open.
And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds, so you know he's going to live in the paint.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Dort passes to Adams. Over Ayton. It's deflected.
Oh, he has the size and can get up quickly. Ayton with the throwback.
Just 5 to shoot. From deep, Gallinari. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
And pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Diallo, he's checked in for the Thunder. And the Suns also making a change. Kaminsky's checked in, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker.
Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
So here's Gallinari. Passes it to Diallo. Fires the 3.
Good show of strength and confidence from Devin Booker that time. I like to see him active on the defensive end.
Feeds it to Kaminsky and taken away by Paul. And now a fast break for the Thunder. And Dort gets it to go.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Pass to Booker. Bridges dishes to Booker. Phoenix, no good that time either.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Rubio comes with the double team, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant, or play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best.
Here's Booker. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Molinari passes to Dort. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The motor right now for Steven Adams is humming on the glass, getting after it.
Hey, get on Booker.
Booker outside. Fires from deep. No good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Thunder.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And this will make it 21 victories for them on the year.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Steven Adams.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
And he lobs it up.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Pulls up on the elbow. Paul's shot is off. Okobo looking over the floor. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder with another miss. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements, shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
I can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Thunder. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And, of course, there's the Kings. They're 5 spots away.
Yeah, you know, for the Kings, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort in at the 3. And for the Kings, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Iota is out there with Harrison Barnes, and it's Holmes in at the 5.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
Well, tremendous drive by Harrison Barnes. You know, so often he's played to shoot that, but he can put it on the deck and fly by you.
That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Fox.
Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack, and where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Barnes, following the basket by Chris Paul. Here's Holmes, the kick out to Barnes. Here's Fox. Gallinari with the rebound.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebounding.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out and pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
Now here's Adams. Shoots over Holmes. Adams' shot is off. The drive by Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Oh, what a quick first step. Barnes beats everyone to the rack. That is all she wrote.
Lets it go from 14. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
The defense making it way too easy for him on that jump shot. He'll take that all night.
Shot from 6. Here's Holmes. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Steven Adams picks one up. The Kings shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Harry Giles is checked in for the Kings. Buddy Hield comes in for Bogdanovich.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Here's Hield. And he makes that one. Doris, there are these players whose wingspans exceed their height by 6 inches or more. They're called +6s, kind of a new term. Talk about that with the scouts look into those numbers.
Well, one of the things you like to have in a defensive player is length and versatility along with that length. So guys who maybe their size lists them at one thing, but that length enables them to guard a little bit differently. Guys like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Montrezl Harrell, all of those guys might be listed a certain size, Kevin, but boy, their length is problematic and makes them such exceptional defensive players.
Here's Diallo. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Fox.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
And it's Fox with the jam.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
But if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for Fox.
He's been dominant over the last month,
Putting up about 22 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds.
and he brings it for them every game on the offensive end.
Well, I think you can tell he relishes this role, being the catalyst on the offensive end, night in and night out.
Yeah, easy call.
And last season, Andre Robertson missing so much time due to injury. Think back in his career, he's been a pivotal piece for the Thunder for so long. His absence was clearly felt.
Here's Ferguson, covered by Heel. Ferguson, the pass to Noel. Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. Sacramento leading by 7. Bazemore passes to Holmes. Healed outside. And he uses the glass on the layup. Heald's got his second bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here's Schroeder. Off target with his 3. And the Kings with possession. They're on a 16-5 run here. Parker. They kick out to Heel. Launches it. That shot off the mark. And so it's Sacramento ahead by 9 as the Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game.
The steals thing is just...
You hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court right now for the Kings, Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Alex Lynn out there with Jabari Parker. And it's Bazemore at the small forward position. Now here's Parker. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight, 3 for 4.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Shooter kicks to Robertson. Pass to Ferguson. Lets it go from 14. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Noel's got his first points in this one.
Don't you love how Noel just sticks with it, never gives up on the possession, working really hard for his guys.
Hield can't hit. Thunder trailing by 13. Puts up a 3. The rebound by Hield.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Joseph, that's good.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
The Thunder have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And it's Schroeder missing.
Well, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Hield from outside. It's rebounded by Robertson.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Kings leading now by 15. Bazemore gets the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to the Utah Jazz. Ferguson, the pass to Robertson. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. Oh, and the jam by Bazemore.
Well, the defense committed to Parker, so he beats them with a pass. Beautifully done.
The 9-foot shot. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
A contested mid-range shot can't be what they were looking for there.
Well, especially with that defensive player in the area. You know he's going to find a way to get into the shooter and make him uncomfortable.
A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Harry Giles is checked in for Alex Landry. Bielitsa comes in for Kent Bazemore. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for Hield. And it's Fox in for Corey Joseph.
Let's remember, Jabari Parker was the #2 overall pick in 2014. It's just been problematic for him that he's had to fight his way through multiple injuries.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No points in the game yet for him. A nice shot by Gallinari.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
How about the awareness there from Fox? You got to love seeing how he is such a willing passer in finding the open man.
And stolen by Bogdanovic. Now here's the fast break. Parker leading the way. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Parker's got 13 points in just this quarter.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out. And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
And the dunk by Parker.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
You know, didn't need two hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. Up again. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
And so Fox will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
De'Aaron Fox.
Free throw good. Fox. Sacramento making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Fox hits them both. And so here is Oklahoma City. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. Got a piece of it. And another fast break for Sacramento.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And it's the Kings with the ball. The Thunder making the shot, and the basket is good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Diallo the pass to Paul, and De'Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
20 seconds left in the second quarter. Adams the pass to Dort. Paul outside. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Diallo. This one for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Diallo's got his second bucket tonight.
And the future Hall of Famer loves to dish the rock. Paul has a pass-first mentality. He makes everyone around him better.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Pick a tremendous game we're seeing from Jabari Parker. He ended up with 15 points, 3 assists, and
with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Jabari Parker has been exceptional here today, guys.
And we saw just how important he is for this team in the first half. He was getting everyone involved.
His fingerprints were all over this, involving his guys with his passes, finding different ways to take advantage of the defense.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. Of course, you can't help but notice that teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get.
Well,
the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated. They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Here's Adams. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Well, you love when Steven Adams shows his strength. Even with the defense in his grill, he finds a way to score.
Fields checked in for Bogdanovich. Field with the bucket.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Paul. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. To the paint. And there's the pass to Dort. His first shot coming late. Rebound by Bielitsa. Kings have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Hield. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Some changes for Sacramento. Alex Len comes in for Rashad Holmes. And it's Joseph in for De'Aaron Fox. Passes to Bielitsa. Fades. Offensive rebound. Barnes kicks to Bielitsa. Len passes to Hield. Barnes with it. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Back to Hield. The 3 from Barnes. It doesn't go for him. The Thunder have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Here's Schroeder. Buries it from 3-point range. Schroeder's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Hield finds Bielitsa. On the high post, and he gets it to go.
Now, Corey Joseph is going to be super selective in the shots he takes, but boy, a pretty one there.
The baseline J. Jump shot is good that time. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Hield can't hit. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Nobody near Schroeder. That one rolling around and rims out.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
It's Bielitsa. Gallinari with the rebound. Gallinari's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Robertson. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And that one's good, Barnes.
That's just terrific job by Barnes. In full attack mode, dominating that area of the paint. Go to work, Harrison.
The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina. Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
3-pointer Hield. And the call will be against Alex Len. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Kings. Giles checked in for Bialica. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Buddy Hield. And then for Oklahoma City, Muscala, he's checked in for Gallinari. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Andre Robertson. And Diallo subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Bazemore passes to Len. Here's Giles. He's covered by Noel. Barnes kicks to Joseph. Here's the three. Off the mark. And so it's Sacramento taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have... Let's listen now to head coach Luke Walton review the game plan with his team.
Hey, great work. We're pushing.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Kent Bazemore is out there with Giles, and it's Holmes in at the 5, patrolling the paint. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Diallo the pass to Muscala. They get the rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Fox kicks to Holmes. Fox passes to Bazemore. Back to Fox. The 3. The Thunder pull it in.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Well, tremendous effort, tremendous timing, the ability to alter shots on the perimeter. That was beautiful.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Here's Giles, drilled from 11 feet out. Giles has got his first bucket of the night. Thunder trailing by 17. Paul looking around. Bazemore grabs the miss. The Kings shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. Good! And the Kings lead by 19.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now here's Diallo. He's covered by Bogdanovich. And it's Paul penetrating. Here's Adams. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Thunder trailing by 17. Inside, Adams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Of course, Adams a terrific player on the floor. You know what? He's a great teammate as well. They always talk about the great chemistry he brings to the Thunder.
And anyone who's had a conversation with Steven Adams knows he is quite a character. This guy is so easygoing. He's fun. I think he brings a great vibe to the locker room.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Bialica, he's checked in for Harry Giles. And Hield subbed in for Kent Bazemore. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That'll be his second foul of the game. Barnes, who's checked in for Bogdanovich. Fox kicks to Holmes. Barnes looking around. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmes. Another shot. He takes it up and lays it in.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Ball against Fox. Paul with the ball. Here's Dort. Adams trying to free himself up. Dort misses.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Adams' shot is off.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Three-pointer, Hield. The shot, no good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Sacramento.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And they're going to bring this season series to an end with a very nice victory here today. These teams spent a lot of time on the floor together this year.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jabari Parker.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Adams finds Paul. Bangs home the trifecta.
And Paul has a beautiful stroke from deep. A gifted shooter who drains perimeter shots with consistency.
That one good for 2.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Well, this one is winding down now. Sacramento can run out the clock. Healed with the bucket.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Lets it go. Off on that one. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of the crowd.